Hey guys, it's Toni and I am here again with another one of your DIY wedding centerpiece requests. Now I got a request from Dandia and she sent me a picture of this beautiful candelabra and it was really nice. It had a nice gold base and crystals and flowers, and I really wanted to recreate this because of the candle part. That was a nice little puzzle that I wanted to try to solve. And I think I came up with a good solution. So I created my own candelabra, and it's nice and large and it has a nice antique finish with the crystals and flowers. But this only cost me less than $25 to recreate. So I want to show you how you can create your own that would be really beautiful for your wedding or for your home. So check this out. Well, first of all, I looked all over for some curved pieces to recreate the arms of my candelabra. I didn't have any luck with that, but I did find some PVC pipes at Home Depot for just $1.32 each. And I thought maybe I could put a few pieces together to hold my 4 candles. So I got 2 pieces of 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and I asked the Home Depot guy to cut it in pieces for me. I asked him to cut 1 inch off the top of the first piece and then divide the rest into 4 parts. Each part was 5 3/4 inches. The 4 pieces will be for the arms to hold my candlesticks, and I just needed 1 more piece for the neck. So I had him cut another piece that was 5 3/4 inches from the second piece that I bought. I also got 2 tubular PVC crosses, 1/2 inch. I got 4 1/2 inch PVC 90-degree elbow tubes, 4 1/2 inch plastic flanges, and 1 2-pack of a thicker plastic flange. For my base, I'm using candlestick stands. I picked these 3 up at Goodwill for a total of $5. I will also be using Krylon flat black spray paint, my Your House at Home metallic acrylic craft paint in gold, Gorilla Glue epoxy, hot glue gun, scissors, and needle nose pliers. From Dollar Tree I got a couple of beaded kids necklaces, utility wire, Dollar Tree flowers, and 2 small pieces of floral foam. I'm also using acrylic crystal garland I got from Hobby Lobby. Okay, now let's put this together. First I'm going to start by removing all this paper and the pieces that are attached to the bottom of the candlesticks that I'm going to glue. Then I'm going to use the epoxy to glue the 3 candlesticks on top of each other. Next I'm going to attach my 2 PVC cross tubes with a small piece of 1 inch tube that I cut. I'm just going to insert that little one into the hole of one of them and put another one right on top of it and turn it so that they're both crossed. Then I'm going to use the epoxy to glue the 2 PVC crosses on top of the candlestick. And by the way, if you can't find nice candlesticks at Goodwill, you can always build a base by gluing some Dollar Tree pieces together. So next I'm going to take the longer piece of PVC pipe and glue it to the top of the thicker flange, the one that came 2 in a pack. Glue it right in the center. Now I'm going to let all those glued pieces sit and dry for about an hour. While they're drying, I'm going to start to make the arms to hold my candles. I'm going to take the thinner plastic flanges, the ones that come 1 in a pack, and I am going to use the elbow tubes and draw a circle around the tube right in the center of the flange. Now these flanges have a little slit in the side of it that you could cut open or pop open, and I'm going to use that to cut a circle that's a little bit thicker than the circle that's there already. I'm cutting a circle that's just inside of the circle that I drew. I want the flange to fit right on top of the elbow tube, but not to cover up the opening, because the opening is just exactly the size that will allow the candle to fit in. So I'll be using this plastic flange as a saucer to catch the wax as it melts. So I'm going to cut circles into all 4 flanges and make sure that they fit right over the tubes. And I'm going to use a hot glue gun to glue the slit closed. I'm going to glue on the inside of the tube and hold that in place for about 30 seconds. Then when that dries, I'm going to hot glue around the outside of the circle and attach the elbow tube to the bottom of it. I want to make sure that slit is facing the inside of the elbow tube and that the writing on the elbow tube is facing the bottom. And make sure the candle will fit inside easily but snug. Do this for all 4 pieces. After your elbow pieces are completely dry, you're going to insert the 5 3/4 inch tubes into the other end of the elbow. And after all your glue pieces are completely dry, you can insert your arms into your cross pieces. I also inserted the flower stand neck piece that I glued into the top of the cross, and now I have the basic structure for my candelabra. Since my base has a lot of detail and these PVC pipes are so plain, I'm going to add a little detail by hot gluing a few rows of beads in some places around the tube. I'm also going to put a few around the base just to tie everything in together. Now I'm going to take this piece outside and spray the entire thing with 2 coats of Krylon flat black spray paint. Make sure you get in all the little cracks underneath, on top, and spray nice even coats. Let your piece completely dry outside for a few hours, then bring it in. I spray painted this all black first because I want to give this an antique gold look. The black inside the crevices under the gold will give it a nice dimensional and antique look. So I'm using my gold metallic paint, and I'm going to squirt out a little and use a sponge brush. Cover the tip of one side and brush mainly around the raised areas on the surface. So you're just going to brush quick strokes on the surface, leaving most of the crevices black. And you'll only need maybe 2 squirts of paint for this whole piece. Now I think that's just a nice rich antique gold look I want. Now it's time to attach some crystal pieces. So I bought a pack of acrylic crystal garland from Hobby Lobby. It was $10, but I used a coupon at 40% off, so this cost me about $6. And it comes in a pack with about 28 crystals. So I think I'm going to hang a set of 3 crystals at a time around the candles and different places around the piece. So I'm going to cut a piece of wire, I think about 10 inches, and I'm going to wrap it around the candle cup, right between the beads and the little saucer. And then I'm going to hold that close and tie it. And be careful when you're working with the wire around here that you don't scratch your paint off. So I want my crystals to hang like this, with 2 crystals at the top and 1 at the bottom in the center. So I'm going to put the wire through the two end crystals, one on one end and one on the other end. And then I'm going to twist tie it and use the needle nose pliers to turn the wire in around the back. And then I cut off the excess nylon strings around the crystals. So I hung crystals around the forearms and around different places on the piece. Dollar Tree just put out some really nice spring flowers, and I couldn't resist the purples and yellows. So I'm using this to make the little flower ball to sit on top of the candelabra. I'm gluing these two floral foam pieces together to make a small floral ball. And then I'm going to stick a sharpened pencil into the bottom of the floral foam, right in the center. And I'm going to stick that right in the hole that's in the center of the top of the candelabrum. Then create my little floral arrangement. I'm using yellow roses, purple hydrangeas, some green daisies, and these little purple sprays. And I'm going to put a few of the little green grass sprays that were inside the potted purple plants at the bottom of this piece. So here it is, my antique gold homemade candelabrum. It'll make a lovely, elegant centerpiece for any wedding. And I think you can make this for around $16 without the flowers. With the flowers, probably $25. And speaking of no flowers, this would also make a beautiful piece without the flowers. I found this really nice, beautiful crystal candle holder also at Goodwill. And it is just the perfect crown for this piece. It'll make a beautiful addition and a prominent place in your home. Guess what, guys? I have some exciting news. I have my own brand of craft paints. It's called Your House at Home Metallic Multi-Surface Acrylic Paint. It's the paint I use for most of my beautiful home projects. It comes in a set of 8 metallic colors, including red, blue, and yellow for mixing. There's even a mixing chart on the side of the box that you can use to mix your own custom colors. You can use it to paint on almost any surface. It's great for indoor and outdoor use, and it could be cured in the oven to make it dishwasher safe. You can go to Amazon now and get this at a great introductory cost that includes shipping, or click on the link in my description tab and we can start creating some beautiful home projects together. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest at Your House at Home and Your House at Home TV.